Am I audible?
Yeah.
And visible? So here we are starting. A very good morning to you all. Hi, I'm Architect Arpita Agarwal. On behalf of MBS SPA Digital Library team, I would like to extend my warm welcome and thank you all for participating in this event. I hope that you, your loved ones, and your friends are safe and doing really well. I can honestly say that I have never experienced an event with such a dramatic and drastic impact on how we live and work as the COVID-19 pandemic survivors. In the current situation, we as a team of MBS SPA request you all to stay digitally connected to know how to chart the right course to ensure you receive everything you need. Now, more than ever, we must do right things and be prepared to take steps for our unabated self-growth. I can assure you that we are trying our best to develop an infrastructure for the same. It is a pleasure to be here to introduce what is going to be a wonderful new resource of MBS SPA, Spirit of E-Learning, which is espousing a significant transformation to a global change. Let us all usher in the starries of book Athenium. Like many of you, I was also apprehensive about limitation put forth to access so much needed information while our course is going on following this second hit of pandemic. Google can bring you back millions of answers, but a book, it can bring you back the right one. Well, often when I do search, what a book is having is miles ahead of what I find on a website. And other than that, it is authenticated and precise. So the only thing that we absolutely need to know is the location of that content, where to look for it, how to look for it, and which library platform to refer to. So the bliss about this digital platform is that they let you travel without moving your feet. Like a phoenix from the ashes, this new and different kind of library with its permanent base is the start of a whole new chapter in our resource reliance. So before I present, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our chairman, Sir Shri Gulshan Kumarji, for entrusting us with this task. I also would like to extend a thank you note to Das Sir and Buga Sir for sharing their vision. I deeply acknowledge the role of Mansha ma'am, Amrita ma'am, and Manisha ma'am from webinar team with administration members for being the driving force behind the development and achievement of this platform. I'm thrilled to introduce my team members now, Professor HKG Nambiar, Architect Anubhav, Architect Prachi, and Architect Sahil Singh, who have collaborated their driving skills to maneuver this bus down the lane. Now I request Nambiar sir to share his thoughts and give, I expect students to please pay attention. Nambiar sir.
Good morning, everybody. In difficult times like this one, we must seek comfort where we can. I hope that you've already found someone familiar in your family, friends, or in the most vulnerable corners of your home. We have adapted to the changing environment very quickly. We can achieve any goal at our institution with the timely planning and cooperation of each and every one working for the welfare of the students and the organization. We at MBSSPA are continuously striving to provide better than the best solution. And we want to do more. We know that listening to you people is critical right now. Therefore, in line with our core values, we have worked day and night to create a free of charge, ready to use digital resource center that supports your quest for learning in the current situation. MBS SPA e-library and NDLI club. Libraries are important cornerstones of healthy community education. They reflect the diversity and character and the needs and expectations, which are often extensive, and the service is invaluable. This digital platform of the library is the only readily available source of comprehensive information right now. This platform has been curated into two sections, namely the MBS SPA Digital Library, for which the respective links and resources were already made available to you all. But the new feather in the cap is the National Digital Library of India membership. In a way, it will bring us the best of both worlds, where MBS SPA e-library provides access to the entire stock of designated and defined course data procured from not just faculties but students, as well as NDLI membership, offers a low-risk category strategy to expand your choice of reading matter. The book stock has been carefully curated to match the needs and interests of our community, and it will be constantly refreshed to keep it interesting for us. All we need to do is request them online from the comfort of our homes, and they'll be served up to us. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot, sir. I hope Nambiar sir's words must have stirred some curiosity towards the introduction of these platforms, though many of us are already accessing and using MBS SPA e-library, but still for the newbies, we are still receiving certain queries in regards to brief a little more about how to use this platform. So this session has been particularly organized to explain this approach methodology as how to extract the desired information in the last period of time. I request Prachi ma'am, who is one of the most active member of this committee, to introduce and explain this resource. Prachi ma'am.
Thank you, Arpita ma'am. I welcome you all and very good morning to all of you. In early March 2020, COVID-19 blindsided academic libraries. With little time to plan, we had to close our library facilities at MBS SPA to protect the safety of our patrons, students, and employees, and move to the online services only and work from home. Thankfully, years of curating digital content, robust research, and interfaces and web presences served us all during this transition. Digital Library Resource Center has been introduced recently in college to facilitate remote learning platforms for students and faculties. Congratulations, we are now member of more than 500 using these facilities. We all want you to explore, learn, and take advantage of this platform as much as possible. The e-library of MBS SPA is academically oriented as it includes the collection of books that has been suggested by the IP University. Same time, it is peer supported, shared purpose, and openly networked. The vision of the MBS e-library is to serve as a knowledge hub of college to inculcate reading habits among the students and teaching community, to help students to enrich their knowledge to create better and creative design. The objective behind setting the MBS SPA e-library are to provide accessibility to information in well-organized and coherent manner, to provide facilities and services for teaching community and students to discover needed information and refer to them according to their needs, to develop an efficient and effective library which is adaptable to the changing and challenging academic environment in current scenario. So there are simple steps which you need to follow to easily access the e-library of MBS SPA. The first step is to access the Google Drive through the MBS architecture domain only. You cannot access the drive through your personal email IDs. Second step is if you face any issues regarding the access to the digital libraries, you can reach any of the team member of library committee, admin, or the management of MBS SPA, or simply write us to the library@mbsarchitecture.org.in. The resources we have in e-libraries are books, articles, plans and maps, guidelines, report, article, journal, periodicals, thesis report, and question banks. To make platform more accessible and easier, the data has been divided into verticals like subject-wise verticals like architecture design, architecture drawing, building construction, costing and estimation, other subjects which we study throughout the course of our architecture. The next step is to select your database by subject. Like if you want to do your research on the architecture design, then you can open the folder architecture design. There you can find the standard folders which will provide you all the standard information by NewFirst, Time Saver Standards, and National Building Code of India and other books which you will need in your academic years and even after when you go out in field for the practice. Likewise, you have a building construction material folders where you will find all the volumes of BERI, construction detail books, material books, which you can use, download it, and you can use it and refer it for your assignment works, presentation work, or to make creative designs. I hope this facilitate mainly first year students and second year students who find it difficult to access the or to search the online content. You may easily access this library, access these folders, and get the books which has been suggested by your faculties in online classes. The next is we have some e-journals available with us. This is mainly useful for third year, fourth year students who will be doing their research works in the coming years or for their master's preparation. You can easily go on these links and search the topic of your interest. To make it more easier, I would show you the small demo how you can access this library and use it for future reference. So you can have this MBS SPA digital library. You can click on this MBS SPA digital library where you will find these folders: architecture design, architecture drawing, building estimate, building construction, costing and estimation. Let's open costing and estimation folder. In costing and estimation folder, you will find the book by the different authors, or maybe chapter wise, or maybe the study material that has been suggested by your teacher. So when you want to prepare for costing and estimation to give your exams, you need to prefer previous year's question paper sometimes. So you can go to a question bank folder. There the first year, second year, third year wise folders has been created, which will be updated and which will be updating every time. So in third year folder, let's go and we see like we want a costing and estimation question paper. Here is the question paper. You can refer for the preparation of your exam. If you want to do some deep research or you want to gain some deep knowledge on various subjects, you have many books available under your subject folders and you have some interesting journals available to it. Last but not the least, your suggestions are welcomed from faculties and students to enhance and update e-library. Please use this platform and gain knowledge as much as you want. We share our sincere thanks for immense support received from our co-faculty students to enrich this resource center. This support held us step ahead in traversing this refined and meaningful journey. To thrive in this new reality, we need to our library needs to be nimbler and more responsive than ever before. We have learned and grown during our time in this quarantine. I look forward for our future transformations. Thank you.
I appreciate your dedication, ma'am, and we owe you a special word of thanks for being here, because we all know that you're under recovery period of COVID and worn out because of weak immune. Still, you could make it. We really, really appreciate that. Now, in conjugation with the platform one, which was of MBS SPA library, e-library, now I would like to request Sahil sir to elucidate this very new, a little complex, but highly enriched resource center of national level, that is National Digital Library of India. This is a subject in which we all should be deeply interested, because it is a plethora of rich data, and by using the right course of action, we can make the best use of it. So you'll need to listen intently and understand it step by step, and understand the step-by-step explanation. And if required, you can make notes also. That will help you to access and use this platform more wisely and quickly. So I request Sahil sir to enlighten us. Sahil sir.
Thank you, Arpita ma'am, for your valuable inputs. Indeed, Prabhakar ma'am has in detail covered the platform which we have created for MBS SPA students as well as for ourselves for our inevitable learning. So I would like to take it a privilege and give you an overview of NDLI. How does it works? What are its different features, and how we can extract a very specific as well as general data from it for our growth as well as for own understanding. So NDLI is an acronym for National Digital Library of India, and it is basically a virtual online collection of learning resources which aims to provide a host of services for the learner community. Now here the learner community varies from basic elementary school education level up to PhD enrolled students. Fine, so you can understand the gap. So NDLI provides a range of data, and they have effectively categorized it under different categories. For example, UG level, undergraduate level, postgraduate level, PhD aspirants, competitive job aspirants, as well as those who enrolled at their school institutions. Right. So it is a privilege to say that it has been sponsored and is being mentored by the Ministry of Education, Government of India through its national mission on education through information and communication technology. NDLI provides a user group specific services such as examination preparatory services for competitive exams as well as for those actively involved in research and are actively pursuing their PhDs, as well as journal learners who aim to gain knowledge over a period of time. Fine. So NDLI holds a variety of content which is available in 10 different regional languages. So the whole purpose is that in India, at many places, still the native language is being used, and the documents are also published in the own native languages. Fine. So this is also a very user interface, as they have considered converting data or translating data into other available languages also. Fine. So thereafter, the purpose is to provide and embrace students at all academic levels, including researchers and lifelong learners, and specifically cater to the need of differently abled learners who are actively part of our society and to promote social cohesion among our society. Lastly, it is again a privilege to say that it has been formulated and is being consistently maintained by a well-known Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. Yeah, so now I would like to acquaint yourself with some of the objectives in mind with which NDLI has been formulated. The first objective is, of course, to provide a 24/7 enabled infrastructure, which means we at any point, at any place, at any point, location, even in remote areas, we can access NDLI library, especially in this ongoing pandemic situation when our country has been deeply affected by the second hit wave of COVID. Right? Again, the purpose is to harvest ideas, institutional digital respiratory. Again, the purpose is that how different institutions who are running different courses can integrate their knowledge and provide it to a common platform like NDLI. Of course, the purpose has always been to disseminate existing content, because the thing is that we have to develop new contents, but at the same time we have to refer back to the earlier published content. So there has also so there should always be a learning with what has been published and what we as a researchers, maybe as future RK students, we are willing to carry research on. Right? So thereafter I will explain in the coming slides that how data has been categorized effectively by NDLI in different platforms. For example, science, commerce, media, law, medical. Right? So they have effectively categorized data into different subjects and across different disciplines also. Moreover, they have effectively been able to categorize data across different academic levels. Academic levels in the sense from that how a school student with what way a school student will be looking at the NDLI library, how they can get the basic elementary education related data, subject content data, fine, which we are covered in our schools, and how we can carry it forward if required. Fine. And lastly, the whole purpose is again to serve the minor population of differently abled users. This is the landing page of the NDLI library. I request all architecture students as well as other faculties also to please have a look at this NDLI library web page. So you can see that effectively they have categorized their data into different disciplines. We have science, we have engineering, then we have the data which is necessary at school level, then how CBSE examination preparatory can also take place. Then we have further categorization into journals, conferences, startups. I want architecture students to also go through startup programs, because nowadays students are amalgamating among themselves to create their own startups, and they can also look for funding and other issues. Right? Next slide. So as per Rachna was also discussed that that we at MBS SPA have been able to fetch the data into our online system, which comprises a variety of data. So similarly, NDLI also looks forward to provide a variety of data, which includes books and articles, journals. Then we have interactive animations, which includes images, videos, video lectures, question papers, as well as solutions, along with other government published data, which includes research projects, working papers, and other numerous data. Yeah, so again, when we talk about range of contents, we need to be clear with from whom, so from which institutions we are getting the data. So in the slide, what I would like to explain is that at the top, if you can see that we have institutions like schools and other higher education boards which are responsible to provide basic elementary subject related data like lecture slides, videos, notes, assignments, lab experiments, and all other competitive exams related data, maybe JE, GATE, NEET, CAT, etc. All the competitive exams you can think of. Then on the left hand side, we have our research institutions. We have central government institutes. We have state sponsored agencies. So these all are responsible to provide a variety of data, especially in the context of research, which includes faculty publications, journals, periodicals, annual reports, project reports, working papers, encyclopedias, etc. I would also urge you all that you should have a basic understanding by what we mean by journals, what we mean by annual reports, project reports, working reports, etc. Right? And then we have several multi-model government-related agencies which are responsible to provide government-based data, like we have census data, which is collected after a gap of a decade. We have other benchmarks, models, maps, interactive software, which often our architecture students are required to look in. And then we have multiple audio and video content to allure ourselves as well as to enhance our learning. So this is the registration page. I expect most of you have already gone through this registration page. Try to register yourself using MBS domain email ID. It will allow you to be in contact with this platform for a longer period of time. Fine. So you have to provide all the necessary details about yourself. Next page. Yeah. So here you are required to provide personal details to register yourself. Okay. So one thing which I have often seen students still struggling with is that how effectively they can carry out the research. For example, we often introduced the different design problems to the students, and they often go to the Google to carry out search, but their search is not effective because they are not able to refine their research. We are not able to apply different filters to how effectively carry out our research. So if you visit NDLI page, you can see the different search refine options. On the left hand side, we have different search menu filters in the terms of authors, educational degree, difficulty level, educational level, file format, language, which I will try to cover one by one. Fine. So please listen carefully. As a trained professionals, you should be able to carry out effective and deep research into your content. Just understanding the content is not important. You should understand how effectively you can carry out the research. Yeah, so the first refined search tool is the author. In architecture, we are aware of the basic author's name with whom we have to refer. Fine, but when we talk about author name, it is actually the surname. For example, my name is Sahil Singh Kapoor, so my surname is Kapoor, and so that Kapoor will actually be used to search for particular papers or books which have been published in my name. Fine. So for example, here you can see an example tick and we can see Gupta, L.C. So we have nothing to do with L.C because it is the first name of the author and then the middle name. But our main concern is with the surname. So whenever you are required to search in the author's name, you have to carefully consider their surname. And because I know most of the students are not aware of this thing. Right? So please take out some time and go through this tool. Next. Thereafter, once you have click on a particular data, it will not directly show you the data. It will give you a brief glimpse so that you make yourself aware of with what you are about to read. For example, if I'm willing to read any journal, so it will give me some basic details about the journal, say its title, authors, keywords, published year, abstract. Fine. So after reading through the abstract, I can make out that yes, whether I should go ahead reading this particular data or not. Fine. And also, as an architecture student, you should also look into the publishing date. If we are, for example, if I'm willing to explore more on, say, smart architecture, smart buildings, then definitely I won't be looking into the data, say, which has been published earlier to 2000, because these smart architecture concepts have been recently into the news. So my whole purpose is to look into the recently published data. Most of the architecture students I have seen, they make several mistakes here because they don't consider the time period at which a particular data has been published. And in today's competitive world, you have to be aware with that you have to refer to some recent published data. Right? Next. Okay, then we have some metadata page available, which further shows you gives about details about publisher, the organization, and also the data you are about to read. It is suitable for which educational level. And for example, at UG level, it might be difficult for you to understand the contents at which have been published at master's level because they use typical empirical formulas and other some specific details. So you, as an undergraduate architect students, you should try to look data which you can easily understand at UG level. Fine. Next slide. So these are some again some more advanced filters. The good thing is that we have a filter which is named as educational level. So now we are aware at which educational level we are required to search a particular data. For example, if there is a school going student, then he can search data according to his enrolled class level. For example, if a student is between 9th to 12th, then definitely he should click into that category to look for particular data which may be suitable for himself or herself. Next slide. So this is an example of maybe chapter 5 magnetism. A school-going student is willing to explore the concepts of magnetism, and he has been able to successfully find data specifically related to his or her needs at a school-going level. Right. Next. So then we now the another categories. Of course, we have we have numerous defined filters which we can see on the left hand side. But then we have different categories on the basis of content types. So even on Google, whenever you search, there are different content types. For example, sometimes we are more interested to look into images, videos, and other animational tools. So we specifically select images. So similar is the case with NDLI also. So there are some instances. For example, if I'm willing to explore about mixed use buildings, more through images, videos. So I can click on the content tab. I can make NDLI command very specific that I have to look for particularly videos of this particular content type. Maybe green architecture, sustainable buildings, design sustainable environment. Fine. So so I can also categorize my data or shortlist my data based on particular content type. I would encourage all of you to allow to use this different content type tools when there are different content types options available. Next slide. Then we have advanced search. So sometimes we have to apply numerous filters all together to dig deep into a particular thing. For example, maybe you are willing to explore that how buildings are related with information and communication technology, which has led to coin the term say smart architecture or smart buildings. So there you have to basically apply different filters and you have to be very careful that the data which you are extracting should be recent. You are not required to refer to data which is much decades old. I've often seen students, they are coming up with times new saver standard new funds, but they never apply the mind that these data may be obsolete in today's context. Today, when we are talking about designing hospitals, they are not only hospitals. We are talking about multi-specialty hospitals, super specialty hospital. So a multi-specialty hospital cannot be the same as super specialty hospital. There will be definitely differences in terms of infrastructure because the usage has been very specific. Today buildings are aiming to make themselves very specific as well as mixed use. Right? So I would urge all of you that you should apply all the filters. You have to be very careful. Try to apply multiple filters to make your search dig deep. Next slide. Then although which I have covered that we have the different types of contents. For example, we have audios, videos, then we have animations, then other numerous simulation tools, etc. So try to explore. Fine. So then we have something I would not be explaining this a lot. So then there are some government published web sources like Shodhgandha. So the Indian PhD scholars after completing their PhDs or during their PhDs often publish their reports which can be utilized or seen by other researchers who are willing to work on the same topic. Fine. So at master's level, of course, we will be required to refer to these websites. Some government publish their websites, for example, because at master's level you are required to do a lot of research. Even at the bachelor's level also we encourage you to carry out research. We have one semester exclusively dedicated for the research. Even in thesis, your thesis also starts partially with the research. So I would urge all of you to be more active with your research and try to use some government authenticated sources. Next slide. So then again, we have a feedback page. Of course, NDLI wants to have a two-way communication. It is not just that you are extracting information from NDLI but not responding back. So you can definitely give back your feedbacks, what improvements maybe you can work, because nowadays every platform looks forward to have feedbacks on the basis of which they can improvise themselves. Make it more convenient to have a more number of users using a particular online platform. And then, of course, like every organization does, NDLI also has its own mobile application, Android-based application, which you can install on your mobile phones. Plus, data go through different ebooks and other data related to your subject content. And I always remember architecture is an interdisciplinary field, so you are not only required to look into architecture data, but also try to link it to other fields like civil engineering, environmental engineering, and numerous other fields to become and turn out into a more successful architecture which can cater to the need of the present as well as the future. So these are some access options which I would urge you to explore at your own end. So at UG level, at architecture student level, at bachelor's level, particularly, a lot of data is available in the open context. However, at master's level, institutions are required to subscribe to a particular journals. Similarly, our institution MBS SPA has subscribed to different journals which are available on monthly basis or on quarterly basis. And so I would urge architecture students as well as other faculties to have a look at some journals papers, because it allows us to have a latest understanding of what is going on in the architecture industry and where we can contribute further to develop our knowledge. Then we have some restricted content. Of course, there are always restriction, but architecture students won't find it much issue, especially at bachelor's level. Next slide. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. I hope with this presentation, I'm optimistic that all participants have acquired certain skill and knowledge, and now we all have a little understanding to how to access and use this high potential resource center. I would like to request the presentation people, Prachi ma'am, Sahil sir, we can have a video demonstration for the same as well. So could you please share that video? And I request everybody, I encourage participants to keenly gauge this video so that whatsoever has been demonstrated so far further enhances your understanding, and you guys can also refer to the link of this video later on as well. But right now, just to add on what we have gathered right now, Prachi ma'am, please.
Okay.
I request participants to they can start making up their questions also, like if there is any issue or query which has been left in the course of event. So while going through this video presentation, you all can figure out if still something which has not been explained and can be addressed right now. So please have a look.
Welcome to National Digital Library of India, an online library designed to bring you learning content anytime and anywhere. Developed by IIT Kharagpur and sponsored by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, NDLI is an e-learning environment that gathers metadata from premier universities, institutions, organizations, and other collections in order to enable you with access to premier academic resources from India and the world. This library is a resource that belongs to every Indian learner. Let us show you how to use it. Type www.ndl.gov.in on any browser. Once the page loads, take a moment and observe all the options at your fingertips. About NDL India gives you the highlights of what NDLI is all about. Learning resource type showcases the various types of content available in NDLI. Subject domain covers all the subjects available in NDLI. And featured sources showcase some of the important sources for NDLI. News and events brings you up to date with all the recent news events, workshops, and other activities around NDLI. Now that you're settled in, let us get you started. Crores of content can be viewed on this platform, but you cannot access without registering. You only need your email address to register. Input your information in all the required fields and submit. Next, find the validation link sent to your inbox. Verify your account and get ready to learn, share, and grow. Remember that you need to be signed into your account to access NDLI's content. On the unlikely event that you do not receive the verification mail sent by NDLI, click on Account Recovery button. Type in your email ID and submit. You will get a fresh validation link in your mailbox. Please click on the link and validate, and you will be all set to explore NDLI. NDLI's interface can be accessed in English, Hindi, and many other Indian languages. All you have to do is switch to whichever language you are comfortable navigating in, and the whole platform will change scripts to accommodate you. And as for the actual content, NDLI features resources in hundreds of languages. There is something for everybody. NDLI also features a multilingual search option, currently in Hindi, English, and Bengali. Head for the language option next to the search box. Choose your language and just type in your search. As you can see, the search is automatically converted in the language of your choosing. The search results will now prioritize content available in your chosen language. Now that you have set your language, let us get started. How do you look for learning resources at NDLI? NDLI offers a powerful and easy-to-use search box that is designed to bring you what you need. Let's try with an example. Let's type magnetism in the search box and look for results. Feeling a little lost with the search results? Not to worry. NDLI has a flexible search engine, which means you can use a range of different filters to focus your search results. First, head over to Access Restriction. The 5 icons that appear are there to help you understand the accessibility of the content. Known as licensing icons, the orange lock means that the full text is available through the institutions that have subscribed to the source. The green open lock means this content is open and free. A red closed lock means that it is not. The NDLI icon means that this content is under national licensing and is paid for your full and free use. The shield denotes limited access subject to authorization from the source. Now, click on Open an NDLI. There you go. Your search is now filtered according to access restriction. If you want to narrow your search further, head over to educational level and select according to your preference. For example, UG and PG. There you go. Your search results have been filtered according to your educational level, but as you can see, there are quite a few other filters to narrow down your search further. For now, let us take a look at the content type. Let's say you want to take a look at videos. All you have to do is select the Videos tab, let it filter down the results according to content type, and then click on any video you want. Want to see more content types? Just head back and click on All and select any other type of content. Let's start a new search. Type in Mahatma Gandhi in the search box and look at the lakhs of content available on NDLI. So, what happens when you go to source? Click on the drop down, take a look at all the sources and click on one. Let's say World eBook Life. There you go. All the content relating to Mahatma Gandhi from World eBook Library neatly laid out for you. Now, if you want to search thesis on Mahatma Gandhi, untick World eBook Library, go to Educational Degree and click on PhD. Want some school level content? Go to Educational Level and click on the level of your choice. Similarly, other filters will narrow down the search results and make it easier to locate the right content. For example, clicking on language will show you all the languages in your search results. Pick any language of your choice and find content in that language. Now that you know how to use single filters, let us show you how to combine filters and optimize your search. For example, type physics in your search bar. Now go to educational level. Select your desired level. Now go to content type and select animation. Now select any experiment animation and get ready to learn, share, and grow. Looking to fine-tune your search even more? NDLI has you covered. Head for advanced search. For example, question papers. Type question papers in the first search box. Make sure the filter next to it says title contains. Now add another search box. This time, select source and choose the sources that you like from the drop-down menu next to it. For example, NCERT, West Bengal Board of Secondary Education, and West Bengal Council of Higher Secondary Education. Now, add the educational level filter. Say you choose class 11 to 12. Next, choose the language. For example, English. Last step, learning resource type. Choose from the available options and there you go. Your search results in front of you. You must have noticed these small icons under every search or browse results in NDLI. These icons are there to help you understand the nature of the content. You are already familiar with the licensing icons. The icon next to the licensing is the content the language is in. The icon next to it denotes the type of content: text, audio, video, and image. These icons appear under every search and browse results in NDLI, so that you can take a glance and understand the nature of the content. Now that we have taken you through the search filters of NDLI, let us make sure that we have you covered if you are in a mood to browse. Head for Browse, and you will find 4 options from the drop-down menu. You may browse by type, by subject, by source, or by learning resources. By type is a broad-level browsing that lets you browse our database through the various content types: text, audio, image, video, etc. To begin browsing, simply go to any one of the buttons and browse through the list of content based upon your preference. How to browse by subject? Simple. Say you want to browse about the subject astronomy. Click on Browse by Subject as your first level subject. Click on Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Did you get what you want from the browse results below? If not, filter your results through a second level subject, in this case, Astronomy and Allied Sciences. Then a third level subject based if required, in this case, Specific Celestial Bodies and Phenomena. So that's it. You now know how to browse by subject on NDLI. If you want to browse by source, click on it. Use the arrows to locate your content source, for example, NCERT. Click the icon and find all NCERT contents on NDLI listed below. By Learning Resource presents all the different types of learning resources available for you at NDLI. All you have to do is click on any one of them and take it from there. There are various kinds of resources you can find on National Digital Library of India. It is an open and inclusive platform that brings educational content to every learner, from school children to academicians, researchers, industry professionals, and every other Indian looking to enable themselves with knowledge. Please click on the link for feedback. For further assistance, click Help and follow the instructions about all the features available to you at NDLI. Empower yourself today by registering with the National Digital Library of India and join the movement to digitally unite a diverse India.
I hope this video has further enhanced certain queries as well as understanding. So I request you all, if you guys are coming across still any issue or any query that has not been explained through the demonstration and through this video, Please write that in the chat box, and we'll be taking up that discussion session with you all interested in understanding it further. Now, I request Director Sir, Professor Vijaydashi, to express his thought regarding this platform. Sir.
Thank you, Architect Arpita. Good afternoon, my dear faculty members and my dear students. First of all, as per today's event is concerned, I'm very thankful to the digital library team, the webinar team, all the faculty members and administrative staff, those who are wholeheartedly involved in this event, worked very hard, and finally today make it a grand success. In this pandemic situation, we have to develop as well as we can explore this digital approach, because this is the only requirement of today. Through this National Digital Library System, we can able to gather knowledge on various subjects of our own stream, that is architecture, and of another streams also in which we have keen interest. So it is not that only architecture is required. Suppose we have interest in physics, we have interest in other subjects, we can also explore that and utilize all those developments into our own streams, into our own subjects, in the sense of design, in the sense of construction, in the theoretical approach, in any sense. Even this will never be lost. After you are finishing the course, this can help you to progress more better, to explore more better. So always this time, always helps you. So utilize this time and utilize this event in a proper, efficient and appropriate manner. So finally, we can say this is the real need of this time and situation. Particularly for students, in this situation, every and each student should support and cooperate every other students. Why this is required? By this, helping with each other or cooperating or sharing knowledge with each other, you can get the benefit of better knowledge exchange and getting the more acquirement of knowledge. So this will help you not now, for your entire future endeavor also. And it is always better through friends, through your classmates, you can share more knowledge. So take the help of faculty members for the subjects which are taken by faculty members, and also through this library system, and share with your friends the concerned knowledge. Finally, all of you stay safe and secure. And once again, I'm very thankful to each and every member who are hardly worked and put into reality what we are today's time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hand it over to Arpita, Architect Arpita.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a bunch, sir. Your kind words are like an extra dose of caffeine in the morning.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
I hope our new digital library venture has given us all a chance to live 1,000 lives. So please do take advantage of this wonderful gift. And I'm delighted to declare that it is officially open now. We promise that exploration will be worth it. And we hope to do more better in future. Let's use this engine with heart. Looking to the future, we have tried to nurture the motivation and stimulate the positivity in every reader to sail to success through this turbulent time. Ending this whole session, paraphrasing the quote of great Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam while he was launching this platform of digital library. So just re-quoting it, May you be a master authority who uses the power of realization to stop being weak and to become powerful. So may these two platforms of Digital Library of India and MBS SPA e-library give you that knowledge realization. Thank you all. Thanks for participating. Thanks for being there, being attentive. And this whole session had been a lot of work, just not by the Digital e-library team, but with the help of webinar team, administration people, Mansha ma'am, Amrita ma'am, and all the people who have put efforts in upgrading the library data. Thank you all once again. Now I request if there are any questions, and your kind suggestions are always sincerely invited. So I think we are receiving questions. I'll be reading out. Oh, it's Vipul who has thanked all the faculty members being so supportive and helping us. We are so thankful that we have such faculty members and who are helping us to impart the education in such difficult times. Okay. Thank you, Vipul, for your kind words. We all are trying our level best to help you guys any way we can. So you guys can reach out to these platforms to us for any kind of guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Kopal ma'am has forwarded her thanks for the great initiative. Thank you, ma'am. Kopal ma'am, we also request you to add up certain data of your respective subject. And this is just not for the faculty, for the students also. Kunal has added a lot of data. So any further questions? Thank you, Komal ma'am. I'm expecting somebody would be asking certain questions. So I hope this whole session had been really helpful for you guys to access this platform. You can refer to the video link which has been shown today. You can refer to this whole presentation, which will be available on the NDLI platform. You got already all are the member of it. So I think we are not receiving much of the questions. I think everybody has been very tech savvy and they have understood.
Okay, ma'am. Then we may wrap up the webinar.
Yeah. So considering that our presentation has helped you guys to for a better understanding of using these platforms, really thanks once again. So let's wrap this session. Thank you all. I hope we are not. So let's wait till the attendees are there. So once they leave, we can wrap this session. Thank you, Yashika. Thank you, Abhay. Thank you, Jagmohan sir. One student has raised question. So I think students have already left, so we can end the session over here.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, team members. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you everybody. Yeah, thank you everybody. Yeah, both अच्छे तरह nicely we have completed and concluded the session. It's really a great support
Thank
from.
you for making it, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Architect Amrita, Architect Mansa, architect Arpita ma'am,
Manisha ma'am,
Manisha ma'am, Sahil sir, Nambiar sir, everybody had really put a great effort. Yes, always one of. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I think now we can end the session.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Mainly Prachi, Arpita, Sahil, and Mansha and Amrita.
Yeah, true. Very true, sir. Very true. Because really they did a good job. Very good job.
It was mainly
Really.
Mansha and
Yes, true. Very true. Yeah, thank you.